We got part two. Part two to episode 5. This is still that life is a mirror question, but we're now about to tackle the negative side of it. And when I say negative side, I mean like when you actually don't resonate with the reflection and your life is not actually a mirror of who you are internally. This is where balance comes into everything and why I'm symmetry. Because nothing is true all the time. Like the moment you solidify that something is true, that would be like a worldview where you just believe in this one part of your imagination, right? That things can only happen in that way, which literally limits you from all the possibilities. And then you also limit others based on your own imagination. And that's kind of about to get into life as a mirror. But that's also just getting into people will talk to you the way that they talk to themselves. So that's where, again, life being a mirror, you can see it in everything. And that's why it's important not to take things too personally, because most of the time when people are talking to you, you're just getting an aspect of how they speak to themselves. So if someone's really hateful to you, like I'm getting this quite a bit from like a lot of Christians, specifically ones in my family and some friends who are saying I'm going to hell because I believe that I've lived before, but I've never lived before, and that's a lie. That's why I need to read the Bible and go back to serving Jesus, which that's literally been my whole life, is this world telling me that I am unworthy unless I ride Jesus' dick and stay with him in heaven. And I want you to know that that is so much spiritual slavery. Like that's, and it's going to get an album. It's what I came here to fight. But oh my God, it's so fucked. And again, I mean, we see that this whole ideology of you're going to go to hell if you don't love Jesus was brought by colonizers from Europe, and they raped and murdered billions. Like billions. Like science wants to say millions, bro. Billions of humans on this earth in the name of they're going to go to hell if they don't love Jesus. And because they're doing all these sins in Jesus' name, then they're still saved. Like that is like the whole thing with Christianity. I just like went off on that, but I'm dealing with like this personally. And that's where with life being a mirror, I don't resonate with that, right? But the thing is with relating to people and why I can relate to anyone is that I purposefully came into this life to be asleep. And that is very much what we're all experiencing, where if you're in this realm, you had to like do a whole contract thing and pick some parents and materialize as a baby, right? Like, again, that's even the story of Jesus. He is not just some entity that descended from the heavens like ego. The ego keeps thinking like, oh, a real God would come out and be able to mold the mountains and heal me and make me a better person type shit. And it's like, bro, there are rules and laws to every realm. So if you let the realm tell you that only a true entity or someone who's worthy would be able to break the laws of that realm, and you forgot that you agreed to play by the rules, then you're done. You're done until you learn about yourself in that reflection and then realize who you truly are. So that's where we're getting into the negative side of life being a mirror, right? Like, you can see pedophiles, rapists, murderers, all these people who are like truly vile and do just straight up evil things. And I'm sure most of you can see inside yourself like, damn, that's not me. Like, whoa. Like, I don't resonate with that at all. And a lot of that is, about having that level of empathy of knowing that you somehow could end up in that position if you weren't yourself, though. This is why it's so important to know who you are. Like, because I know who I am, because I know about my past life experiences, and I know that I'm learning, and I know I'm just like totally solidified in my other realms, and I'm finally getting to the level that I've wanted to be at, truly, no one can tell me shit. I mean, people can tell me all the time, like, yeah, okay, I understand you think that you know who you are, but have you read my book? What about this book? What about this perspective? What about this spirit's perspective? Have you read this spirit's perspective? Maybe you should just assign your imagination to the same imagination that I've assigned to, because I'm actually a fucking demon here to recruit you. Like, that's, again, this is all realms. Don't take it personally. Religion is, I mean, that's government. Religion and government are the same exact thing. Religion and government are all about governing your mental state. Religion and government, religion is a repeating legion. So when you have a legion of demons and they're repeating cycles going through hell over and over, that's religion. That's religion. Religion is you assigning your belief, your power of your soul, your belief to someone else's spirit, to someone else's imagination. And when you do that, you bring life to their imagination. And it's real. And no one can tell you shit, right? No one can tell you shit. Jesus is your savior because you put your soul into the Bible after they convinced you that you're going to go to hell if you didn't. And because you feel all this guilt, shame, remorse, and low-ass vibrations, and this book reflects that to you, and in your spiritual ignorance of, you don't know who you are, you then get taught through this book who you truly are. You're now creating that imagination for yourself, right? This is why those indigenous peoples who got murdered by all the Jesus-loving people are not burning in hell right now, although most Christians would say that because they didn't know Jesus. But that's their imagination. Everything is all possibilities. Like, truly, that's why more religions can always come. Every religion is one spirit's perspective, maybe a handful of spirits of perspective on what is. And what is you. Like, it's all you. It's all us. Like, we are co-creating everything together all the time. It's just about what awareness you have. So, when you know that life is a mirror, but at the same time, you're creating a body inside of the imagination of someone else, that's where the balance comes into play. Because that's where you can see that your life and everything that mainly happens around you and your body and your vicinity is a reflection of you. At the same time, though, you're not living in your own imagination. Now, if you're in your dream, right? Think about a dream. That's almost all a reflection of you. Unless you're like getting memories from another body that your soul has made in a different realm. If you're in that like subconscious creation part of the brain, yeah. And even then, things from other realms, like to apply to here, it has to be put through the filter of like shit that happens here. That's why like you can get family members and stuff. And then wake up, but just understand, like, it wasn't them that's the problem. It's more so the archetype or, like, whatever that friend or, roommate, whatever person in your life stands for. It might not necessarily be like, oh, I had a dream about this person. It's more so I had a dream about what this person represents. So, yes, life is a mirror. Life is a reflection of you, but at the same time, since you can't just build a mountain here, you're in someone else's imagination right now. And a lot of this is their shit. It's their thoughts. So when you're not fucking with anything happening in the environment and even things coming up in your body, just know that's not you. You need to focus on you. That is this entity, this simulation that we're in. Gang.